Hello, my loves. Yeah, we are officially starting the Galactic Vision monthly video readings that are exclusive to the sacred space of the Galactic Vision tribe. So I am so stoked to be doing this. I'm so excited to be, bringing through these new teachings and this wisdom that is, it's just had me just like giddy for weeks now, months now, since it's come through me. And now we're officially here. I'm officially talking about it, and I'm doing monthly videos for the, first time ever. I'm kind of going to be going back to how when I first started doing videos, but when I first started doing videos, they were with just the new moon and full moon. But because everything's always so organic with me, I like to just look at the chart and start talking. So this is what I'm going to do with each one of them. But with the monthly videos, I'm going to be having a base greeting for everyone. So you'll want to watch and see when I stop so you can fast forward if you watch another sign. But I wanted to kind of pull everyone together and kind of talk about the monthly theme that is really kind of operating in all of our lives. And then I'm going to go more specific for each sign and tune into what's going on with everybody. As you see too, I also have moon mapping readings in here, and those have been so much fun. It's another thing, one of the things I think when we're born with these gifts, we can learn them from another person. But I believe that for a lot of us, it's just about exploring them on our own, and they develop as we put energy and love and focus into them. So even with the moon mapping readings, I've never done that kind of thing where I tune in to a particular energy of the day and a month in advance. So I was kind of like, I don't even know if these are going to resonate. I was like, I don't know. But every day I would go into a day and I would just be given all these images, and I would have these sensations sometimes in my body. And now that I've done, 2 weeks that I've shown you the last 2 weeks, and now that I've done the next 2 weeks, I see how totally crazy different they are. And I really didn't know that I was able to do this. So I always kind of, encourage people to come out of their comfort zones like that and not think they have to learn it from another person, but to really trust that we're all sovereign beings. We can figure this stuff out on our own. We can do these things on our own. There's a lot of things that we don't really need instructionals from somebody else teaching us how to do this. We innately know how to do this, and it's kind of getting out of our way of judging ourselves, which I'm always kind of like, I don't know if this means anything, but I've gotten enough reinforcement from everybody that now I'm like, this means something. I'm going to talk about this. So it was new for me to tap into the daily energies. I had not done that before, and even with the last 2 weeks that you guys have been able to watch or to read, I didn't resonate with any of those. Like, everybody is having really difficult times in the energy right now, and I was like, I don't really feel anything. I feel great. Like, I've been having some of the best days of my entire life where I just feel so carefree, and I feel like everything is so beautiful and nothing affects me. Things that normally stress me out aren't affecting me at all. And I do have to tell you, I'll just plug this in here, even though I don't like to do this too much with my readings, but we have a new product out that I had Rosie create, and I called it Lightning Bolt, because I asked her to create something that grounds us firmly whenever we have some shocking situation in our life, like running into unconscious people on the streets, and or having an argument with our mother, or seeing something devastating out in the world that, like something like 9/11, like everybody would need lightning bolt, because it just grounds you, and it kind of gives you this overall perspective of what's really going on so that you can move forward solid and not in a fragile state. So when I finally got it in my hands and tried it, I had an example to base it on, and it was amazing how it shifted me within 5 to 10 minutes. So now I've been taking it every day, and what I realized, it's this incredible mood elevator. Like, I am so, like, all these things that everybody has been having such a difficult time with, I have not even felt. So because of the lightning bolt. And I just wanted to let you all know about that, because it's something that you haven't really heard me talk about. I think all of our products are the bomb and are amazing, but this is one I'm really excited about because I feel wonderful and everybody else is freaking out and having such a hard time. And me, I'm just like, hey, you know, it's all good. So it's kind of a profound product, and I want to change it, like lightning bolt to liquid bliss, and they'll be the same. They're both LB, but it's so blissful. It's so, like, it's just amazing. Like, something with the things that she picked for it is just absolutely, it's saved me every day, and I take it every morning. Or if I forget and then something starts stressing me out and I'm like, get to the lightning bolt, and then I take it and I'm like, okay, everything's fine. So it's pretty amazing. So, okay, this month is very much about splitting off, breaking apart, separating. And what we have to realize is that anything, 2016 is the reason that Galactic Vision and the guides came through me to start teaching, or to start sharing these teachings with you. So you already know, I've been saying it for years, that after 2012 we had 3 boot camp years priming us and getting us ready for the things that were to come in 2016 that actually are kind of scary, and kind of, I mean, even some of them are already hitting the scene into our awareness, these threats that could happen, and they are in the manifesting field. So it's very much that this will be the potential and we will be living this. But my galactic guides came through and said we can change this, and it's through enough of us vibrating in the Galactic Vision love, which you'll start to be able to read about in issue 1. And when we are vibrating in this in the 8 vibration of Galactic Vision, we are better able to change situations that can occur on our planet. We are better able to change a person to keep them from doing something devastating and destructive. So through our intentions, we're going to be able to change the world. And it's totally far out, but the more I've been shown all these teachings and the more they're talking to me about this stuff, I know we can do it. So that's why we had the 3 years of boot camp. That's why the Mayan calendar ended. And then we have 3 years to kind of wake up to how we are doing the exact same thing that ended that civilization, which is being too much in the excess of everything, and too much into superficial things, and too much into consumerism, or too much into gold and dazzle and, So, and depleting our resources for the purpose of feeling fulfilled in life through these things that aren't really the means to how we get to that. So we're having the exact same world play out, and we could lose it all. We absolutely, there have been psychics who have seen no more after a certain point, and we're at that point. So there's no time at all to play ego, to play I don't believe this, to play I don't need to change myself, to play I don't need to better myself. We have to right now, and we need everybody signing up and going, okay, I'm ready to learn this stuff, I'm ready to take the high road, I'm ready to shift my vibration up into the Galactic Vision so that I can start influencing this planet and keep us alive this time. We're having the exact same tests, and we can just fizzle away and die and have it, there's 200 people on Earth, or we can really just start making these changes to rebuild this planet and to change our way of thinking, which has gotten us into the hole we're in. But at the same time, it's not about judging ourselves, because we are just doing what we have been shown. We are buying all these things because it's all we've known. So it's not about putting ourselves down, or it's not about putting other people down too. They're only doing what they know. So what you're going to see in the Galactic Vision, it's not about making another person the bad person. And if you understand history, and this is just what I'm getting, because there's so much more to it, but one of the things that really changed American culture and history was when Nixon was just got into office or something, or he was in office for a while, but yeah, Nixon was in office. Okay, so when the people started saying, no, we don't want to have war. So when the youth, for the first time ever, rose up and said no, and they were like, we can come together in numbers and we can change going to Vietnam and murdering people and thinking that war is the way. So when the 60s, in the late 60s, when that uprising came, that is when the forces behind, you know, Nixon and the government, they really kind of stepped in to bring about the me against you mentality. So that's when people who were opposing the war were evil, you know, and it was painted through TV, it was painted through any means to get messages out that people who were disputing the war were terrorists or, you know, whatever. And we had this again played out with 9/11, and now we're having it again played out now. So we're back in that me against you, me against you, me against you. And it's really gotten us to where we are right now, that we now have this mentality of always judging another person, always putting them down, always needing to cram our opinions down their throats. And it's not how we do it. You know, we can actually change people more through energy and through visualization than we can through trying to tell them, no, my sports team is better than your sports team. Listen to me, you know. Everything that you really see out there now is me against you, me against you, me against you. My race is better, my sex is better, my sports team's better, my town is better, my country is better. And it's all a bunch of bullshit because we're all connected, we're all one, we're all affecting like a big mass thing of water. Like every one of us is affecting everybody else. So Galactic Vision is going to open us to that. And with where we are right now, things are breaking apart. So relationships are ending, friendships are ending, work relationships are ending, jobs are ending, living in places are ending. So if you're feeling like this really strong discomfort right now, it's for a reason. The place you're living is not right. The person you're sleeping to is not right. That friend is not right. That collaboration is not right. And if it is right, it feels great. You know, if it is right, it's like, you know, I was telling my best friend in town here, I was talking about this weeks ago, and I'm just recognizing my relationship with people, and I love her so much. This is Rosie, actually. I'm the one who created Lightning Bolt and creates all of our, you know, amazing products. And I was like, every time I'm with you, you know, I never feel uncomfortable. I never feel like I can't say anything. I never feel like I'm picking up on something weird. I never feel like you know, I never feel like I can't say something, I'm having to hold back, but I really need to say something to her. It's nothing but 100% smooth flow, totally natural. I can be myself, she can be herself. And I was telling her, I was like, we really need to be more honoring of our space and only go for things like this, because we sacrifice a lot. We think, well, this has been my friend forever, so I'm gonna hang out with her even though she's so negative, and I am so down when I leave her, and I've been in this relationship for 30 years and I should never leave it because I swore we'd be together until death, and blah blah blah. We've talked about this in recent videos, and right now with this splitting apart energy, it's making it so that it's like intolerable. It's like, I can't even stand the sight of you, or I can't stand to even smell you, or I can't stand to hear your voice. Like, it's like absolute oil and water right now with the people that we are not meant to be in, with the towns we are not meant to be in. You know, and even with that, there's certain locations where we just shine, you know, and there's certain places where we just feel like we're dying. Things just aren't right. And it's really about us taking the risk and opening to where that new place is, where that new person is, where that new job is, where that new way to make a living is. And it doesn't have to be anything that's stressful. And the most important thing, because we come from this foundation of judging everybody as, oh, you're bad, there's something wrong with you, we have to retrain our brain to say, we're breaking apart, but it doesn't mean anything bad about me, and it doesn't mean anything bad about you. You know, we have to retrain ourselves to stop going back into that old pattern of then being like defending this thing, or, you know, laying out the, well, you do this and I can't, and da-da-da. Like, we don't even need that. Like, just end it. It's not working anymore. We have to end this, you know? It doesn't need to be this huge debate of like putting somebody down, shaming someone, making them feel bad. It just needs to be, we don't resonate, period. And I'm actually going to be talking about this in the next Galactic Vision, but I'll just jump in with it right here. We're not meant to like everybody. You know, we're not meant to love and like everybody. That's not how it needs to be. If we loved and liked everybody, we would not have those best friends that feel so amazing. You know, you will never leave their life unless something changes. You know, we need that contrast. So if we just liked and loved everybody, we wouldn't have these amazing friends that we feel such soul connections with. So we just have to understand that it's a barometer. It's something showing us, guiding us as to, this person isn't really right for me, this person is right for me. So we're going to talk about that in the next Galactic Vision, and some teachings on how to go about that, how to initiate that, how to honor that, and how to just make the decision and go on. Because it's the same way if you made a bath and it's ice cold water, you put your foot in there and you're like, ah, I forgot to turn on the heat, I am not taking a bath. You don't just then force yourself to get in it and just deal with its ice coldness. You walk away and you go, okay, I can't take a bath right now, though we have no hot water or whatever, you know. So there's going to be all these teachings that kind of show us how to do this in honoring ways. So this month you can expect that fractures are splitting you off in every direction. You just need to honor it. You just need to go with it. You don't need to put other people down because of it or judge them. And you also need to be open to a realignment of more suited people into your life. So everything that ends brings about something that's going to begin. So do understand that if something's ending for you, there's something new that is going to arrive. And when you're in the Galactic Vision, you trust that. You don't judge this as the end of the world, the end all to be all, or I say that wrong, my editor told me, and I can't remember, the be all to end all, but you don't always judge something as something being wrong. You're more just like riding in a roller coaster, and you know that it's not smart to get off, and you don't know what's going to happen, but you know you're going to be safe, and you're going to eventually be getting off of that and being like, oh my God, that was so much fun! You know, while you're in it, you're like, oh, I want to do this, and I'm freaking out, and then you're always like so exhilarated when it was over. So it's really about learning to trust that, learning to trust the Galactic Vision lifestyle, learning to see where you go and being okay with that, and not labeling it as good or bad. My team's better than your team. My opinion's better than your opinion. You're so behind the times because you have no clue about GMOs. We don't need any of that. We don't need to judge anybody for what they're doing. We just kind of have to trust and use our energy to be like, they're going to wake up from that. You know, something's going to shift in the world, and they're going to wake up, and we're going to be able to combat this issue instead of getting mad and shoving our things down people's throats. So this month is all about breaking apart, but being excited for what is going to then come back to us and magnetize towards us. Okay, so now check out where the minutes are, because I'm going to be saying these on everyone. and now we're going to get into the monthly readings for December 2015. Okay, see you soon, as in 1 second. Bye, kinda. Okay, December for Sagittarius. Moonbear, look at the camera. So, all right, let's see what Sag says. Okay. Okay, so you are coming a bit out of a slumber, starting to... There's been a lot of ideas you've been working on. There's been a lot of visions for what you want to start doing, changes even that were guiding you in one direction, but now you're really like slowing down on them, even possibly realizing that this takes more time. There's no finish line. I don't have to race towards doing this, towards expressing this, towards offering this gift. So there's something about this slow down, or something about a processing stage you were just in is now kind of opening you to how there's really no rush. Something is giving you that perspective. I don't know if like people have died, or something has this new perspective. And a lot of times when we think of death, it makes us like, oh my God, I want to go out and do everything now. Time is short, but it affected you in a different way, to where life is precious. And you know, there's something with like career goals are one thing, but like being with the people you love, and you know, making time for your kids as they're growing up, or are studying something to really become a master, and not just, you know, putting something out there so quickly that then somebody can copy it and do it better a year or two or whatever later. So really kind of thinking more like, I don't have to rush to do this. I'm not needing to prove myself by constantly doing another thing and another thing and another thing, and kind of keeping busy with all these things. So there's something that's just kind of like slowing you down, but it's from some experiences that just happened. It kind of opened you to this new way of how you want to live life, and how you want to take the time to you know, nurture what you have, pay attention to what you have. It feels too like something where when you get older and you look back and you're like, gosh, I was so carefree when I was younger, or oh my gosh, I wish I would have traveled more when I was younger. I wish I would have like seen more of the world, because now I'm older and I'm feeling these limits, or like I can't do that. So it's a whole kind of, there's energy moving forward, but it still feels like it's a seedling stage, and they're new seeds. So and you're putting different care into them. So it's more of a like, I want to do this right. And I want to have a correct balance of play and work, and friends and romance, and alone and out in the world. So there's also a balancing thing of realizing where you want to put your energy, and kind of what kind of contribution you want to make on the world. There's a lot of feelings that are based around a contribution that you want to, you know, give back, you know, and what you would like to give from what you have walked. But it doesn't have this hastiness from it. You know, it doesn't have this, I have to do it right now. I have to stay up all night, every night, create this ebook, do this thing, get this out there, make this money. Like there's some kind of shift of leaving that scarcity way of, I have to do this now. All these other people are probably going to do it. I need to get this out there. I need to create. Now I need something else. Now I need something else. So it's like, it's almost like you see that has you in this, that's, you know, this snake circle thing with the in the mouth. You're just kind of going in this loop, and it's like, that's not satisfying. So there's something too with just wanting to have more satisfaction with life, wanting to feel more, you know, like this is valuable and you're doing something, and kind of like really kind of thinking about what really uses your creative gifts, you know, so what you really are good at. It's like, this is kind of a condensed kind of reading for you, because it's like this same thing. It's like this new way of looking at life, but really kind of focusing more in a slowed down way, and doing it right, and doing it from the voice of authority, and also doing it of something that you just really love to do, and you've always loved to do this. There's also something with childhood, so you may be looking back and remembering how you always gave this gift, or you always did this thing, or you were always drawn to this thing. And now it's like making sense that this is why you're doing it, and you need to put more care and attention into it, because you can feel that it's like important for your career. You can feel that, you know, there's also the feeling too of like, even, I don't want to say a decade away, but something that's several years away is hinging on a position and what you're working on right now, and that you're putting loving care into it, and the attention to detail, and making sure it's correct, and making sure it's coming from mastery, and it's actually laying down the foundation of something that is going to manifest and really be this other huge thing years down the road. So it's not necessarily you're seeing the growth of these new seeds, but you're pampering them in a different way. You're really seeing how, like, just because this is the beginning of something doesn't mean I need to be nonchalant with it or not put just as much care into it as I would a full-blown career offering. So there's a lot of attention to this, and it's just something about it just feels new. It feels like you're looking at it differently, feeling more gratitude for what you have, feeling more gratitude for the people in your life, feeling more gratitude and wanting to, like, you know, really kind of live all these moments right now, to make the most of them, so that you're not looking back and feeling this regret of, like, gosh, that, because things are moving so fast, you know that. And we've been talking about this for years, how things were going to start moving quicker. People who are older always talk about how, you know, things are moving they get quicker when you get older, and it's really just, we have a lot more responsibilities. You know, we don't get to just sit around and watch TV all day. So it seems like time is going quicker, but then again, clocks are still going at the same rate. So I imagine we're still going at the same rate. It'd be a different story if you wake up and the clock goes ahead an hour every night at 3. It was just 3 and now it's 4. What happened? So that's all illusion, but you're still, there's this kind of awakening thing happening with you. You are also, there's something with things moving a little slower than planned, and this can be something with career. So that's, everyone has an area this month of where it's really important that they stay positive in a specific vibration in a specific area of their life. And for you, it's with really being hopeful that everything you're making right now and working on and creating is going to really bless you later. So you might not have that exact proof just yet, you know, kind of like when you start writing a book. You just have to hope that one day this is going to reach the right people, and it's going to open their hearts, and it's going to affect them in whatever way you want to affect people. But it's important, you know, I did that when I was working on my career. I would always just take time to, like, imagine it reaching all these people. And, you know, I didn't have money to pay my bills. Often I didn't have jobs. I was always getting fired. It was really hard. It was really hard to not be in scarcity and really fearful for my future. But I still would just always, like, make time to imagine it reaching all these people and imagining it changing all these people's lives. So there's something with you too, like, you know, having power in hoping for the best and knowing that I don't see the outcome right now, or I don't see, you know, how this is going to work out, but I just know it's going to work out, you know, and just kind of manipulating energy, as I put it, or, you know, in, like, I know this is going to work out. I know that a miracle's on the way. I know that this is going to be big. I know that this is going to reach people. So there's something that's important there with that. There also feels too like your power is being shown to you through other people in your life. So it can even be like you're hearing lots of messages where people are just like, you're really good at this, you know, or it kind of almost feels like they are your support system right now in encouraging you to go forward in some areas, or you know, even planting seeds of, like, what about that? Have you ever thought about doing that? And it's really kind of coming from friends, and it feels like synchronicity too, almost, where they're just kind of bringing these things to your awareness, and you need to pay attention because you might be doubting yourself because this is your power, but they're really mirroring that right now. It could even be like you're something you're working on, you're seeing out in the world. And that could be as the synchronicity being like, yeah, this is important. And look, you've been doing it for so long. You've been doing it for 20 years or whatever. And like, think about the expertise of someone doing something 20 years versus someone doing something 2 years. You know, there's a lot of mastery in your life right now that is trying to open you to the importance of that, and to really like walking things, living things, putting care into things, putting time into things, and not just rush fast, do it all now. So there's this slowing down kind of energy for you this month, and planning. There's lots of planning too. I just saw that, like, how do I want to do this? What step do I want to take? So this is a kind of a planning for you, and more growth is going to start showing up over the next couple months. But you are in this, like, you're very much in the winter cycle right now. It's kind of, it's not so much retreat because there's still things moving and it's action, but it's making, it's building, it's creating. And then later these things will be fully blossomed summer flowers. So, okay, that's your December, Saggy. Okay, bye.